Alright, I've seen several comments requesting a tutorial on wheels, maybe how to add wheels or add extra options for wheels, so on and so forth. So what I'm going to do today, as you see, here's the lizard truck that I've been doing a few of my tutorials on, and here's one of the F100s from Expendables. It's got a set of Kragers, and they're close to the same size, so it should be relatively easy. But I'm going to take these Kragers and make them on this truck, and hopefully we can figure go smooth enough to make it to where everybody understands it and they can do it. I'm just going to close out the game. I'm going to go into the mod folder, extract this. I don't need the mod itself no more because I got it open. I'm going to come in here. Make sure you open up the XML, I believe is all I'm going to need, but I have the mod desk open too. Now we'll come back in here and open up here, and there you can see the wheels. Now sometimes you can just drag this wheel folder straight over into it, into your new mod, and that will work because, well, you don't have a wheel folder yet, so sometimes that works. But that is only really if you want all the wheels that that truck offers, and then sometimes you already have a wheels folder and hence that don't work. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open up this wheels file in GE. Then I'm going to come back out, not that one, to here. I believe they was called Kragers. So I'm going to open this up because I have to double check to make sure that it's the right one. And then I'm going to open up the regular XML. And that was called Krager Supremes, I believe, right here. And as you see, it's, yep, wheels. It's supposed to be Krager, but typo, doesn't really matter. But this tells me where they are in the XML, or which XML they are at. So I'm going to go to wheels, as it says, wheels, and it goes to wheels XML. So that's this one right here. So I'm just going to copy that one. I'm going to go into here, into my little wheels folder that I made, and I'm going to paste it. Therefore I know that's where it needs to be. Then I'm going to come in here to the wheels setup. I'm going to come right here to the XML that we was just looking at, or for the wheels that we was doing, and see that it says node 2.0 and 3.0, 2.4 and 3.4, 2.2, so on and so forth. Well, this is the wheels and tires in here that we're looking for. And in order to find it, it's 2.0. We'll go 1, 2, or here. Wheels left. 2.0 is the tire. So it's going to be that one. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm just going to create a new transform group here, and I'm going to call them Kragers. Alright, this is the tire. It's the 2.0. So I'm going to hit Control D to duplicate it. That way I don't mess up the original. Control X. Click on Kragers and Control V. And now, as you see, it's put that tire there. The next one is 3.0 for the right. Which is this one. Control D, Control X, click on Kragers, Control V. Alright, and just to help me remember, I'm going to put a space and do a tire for L, space, and a tire for R. So now I know which one's which. Now I'm going to come back here. It says the inner wheel is 2.4 and 3.4 for left and right. And actually what's going to be easier is I'm just going to go ahead and do this. I'm going to call this left. And then we'll call this right. And then you hold shift while you click on both. Control X, Control V, and then I'm just going to Control X the tire left, put it in the L, Control X the tire right, put it there. Alright, so there's that part. 2.4 and 3.4. Which is this right here is the 2.4. So I'm going to duplicate that. Control X, click left, Control V, 3.4 for the other one. Duplicate it, Control X, click on the right side, Control V. And there's the right. So now we got that wheel there. And this one's for the rear is 2.2 and 3.2. Okay, it's going to be the other wide one. Alright, so we're going to duplicate that tire, put it on the left, duplicate that tire, and put it on the right. It would probably be easier if I just used the front. I'm going to do this and put a W for the wide, just to make it so I know which, I can visually see which one it is. And then 2.4 and 3.4. Okay, and then it scales it out just a little bit, so it's gonna just use the same node but make it a little bit wider and change the offset in the wheel XML. So that's all I need. So now I'm going to click here. I'm going to click File, Export Selection with Files. Go to my desktop, get to my mods folder, go here into my wheels, and I'm just going to call it wheels. I believe that's what it's called anyway, to make it so I don't have to rechange nothing. Correct. And then click yes. No, I don't want to save that, so those are all fine. So here's my wheels, and here's my XML to make sure I'm opening up the right one. Reopen it up, and then I'm going to open my wheels back up. And what I'm going to do is I'm just gonna go ahead and reorder this the way I would like it. Alright. So anyway, you come here. This is gonna be the front left tire. It's 2.0. That's what it was. It's not 2.0 anymore. I'm gonna copy that and place it in. Now, if I remember right, it don't acknowledge these. So what you have to do is make it the line. I'm not sure exactly what symbol it is, but if you copy and paste, you can't be wrong. And then the right one was this one, so it's 1-1. I'm just going to copy this to make it easy. Paste it. Now that's 1-1. The next one is the inner rim for the front is 2-4 and 3-4, and the front inner wheel was it was the same. Alright, and as you see now, it's all zeros. So I'm just going to make that all zeros. And on the right side, it's 1 0 0 1 0. I'm going to do that. 0 1 0. And the rear, these nodes are going to be the exact same. That's what the other ones was. So I'll just paste that in. These are the tires. So the left wide tire is left wide 002. 002. And this one's going to be 1 2, I believe. Click it. 1 2. Alright, now I'm going to save that. Therefore all that should be good. Then we're going to save the wheel XML that we just edited to make it all fit the way we want it to. Now we're going to go over here, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to highlight the wheel configuration, and I'm going to come here, and as you see, it's already there, but they're not loading it. See, this wheel configuration is loaded from an external i3D, which is going to be this wheels, so on and so forth. It loads this XML, which loads this GE file, which gives you the wheel set. So what I'm going to do is, because that's the way it is, I'm just going to go space down, and I'm going to add that in to that. And that's going to be that. And that's pretty much all I have to do to get these wheels as an option. But the problem is when I load my standard, and whenever before I get there, whenever I loaded my standard, copied it over into it, see, here's all my wheel shaders and everything that was needed for those wheels. I generally move them all into my wheels file, so it's all organized and neat for this purpose. I'm not going to worry about it, because it's time consuming to recopy everything the way I would normally want it. But my problem, back to the issue with using this particular truck, and I've seen some mods that have it set up like this. I particularly don't like it because I can't use my wheel color configuration because it's not reading a wheels file, it's reading this one. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come here, and we see we have this node is the wheel front left, and then we have the wheel back left. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have to create new transform groups for my wheels for this particular truck because it's not been set up to take dynamically loaded wheels. So I'm going to create a transform group, and then I'm just going to duplicate it 4 times. Excuse me, because that's what we need. Alright, this is the front left, so I'm just going to go FL, and then this is the back left, and I'm basically just going to go exactly however it's, actually no I'm not, I usually go left front, so that's what that's going to be. And then I'm going to go right front, and then I'm going to go left rear and right rear. Alright, I'm going to take this, Control X, it's the left front, it's going to be there, yep, put it here. I'm going to hit Control V, and now I know it's put it exactly where it needs to be for that wheel, because that's where that one's at. Right front, I'm going to do the exact same thing. Front right, over there. Control X for the left rear. Right rear, Control X. Control V. Oh, I hit C and I don't know what that done. Maybe nothing. Control V. Oh no, it duplicated it for some reason. Alright, well, little mishap, nothing major. This is going to be the right rear. I'll just remake it. And that's that. So now the only issue is, as we see, is they're still inside the wheel forms, and we don't want that. So that's, I'm going to click the left front, I'm going to hold the middle mouse button, the wheel, and click it down on the left front and scroll it up to the wheels and drop it in. And what that does is it locks in this position of where it was located. See, I didn't have to manually line it up. It lined itself up, and now it's moving the way it needs to where it needs to, rather. And now I have my nodes of what I want, or of what I would need. And I'm pretty sure all these wheels are the same. So I'm going to take one left and one right. So I'm going to create a transform group again. And I'm going to duplicate that one. Control X to here. Control V. It's there. We don't want it there. We want it zeroed out, so it's right in the center. We don't want that at all. And then we're going to take the right one, or one of the right ones, duplicate it, Control X, and then I'm going to put that right there. I'm gonna call this stock. Export selection with files. I'm in my wheels section. Some people will add it into that file. For this purpose, I'm not. I'm just going to call it stock for the stock wheels. Hit yes, yes again, and that way. The one thing I'll have to fix is I didn't center it back like I did the first one. But anyway, now I'm going to delete that. Now this wheel front left reference is in the front left wheel. I'm not 100% sure what it's for yet. I haven't tried to figure it out. But what I'm going to do, just to be on the safe side, since that's where it's at, I'm just going to middle mouse click it and put it on my left front. So now it's right where it was with the left wheel. Now I'm going to grab all this and I'm just going to delete it. And after that, I'm going to come down here to the i3D mapping. Now the left front wheel is left front. This was back left, so that's left rear. This is right front and right rear. That was our wheel nodes. So I'm going to come here. It's 4 zeros still, and that's still 4 zeros. So there's my wheels, and that should be good. Now I've changed those nodes. I'm going to look at this in a second. Now I'm going to come here. The represent node is left front. This is the right front. Left rear. And right rear. And as you can see, I'll go over this a little bit. See the config ID for the rear says rear out here, and what that does is in the wheels file you can see these extra configurations, and it's going to load the wheel to be a little bit wider, and then they have already got the tire set up to be a little bit wider. That's going to fit on the back. So I'm going to come here and I'm going to save that. Well, I'll save it again in a minute. And I'm not going to code in those stock wheels just yet, but as I pretty much already have the Kragers set up. I believe I could be wrong, but anyway, we'll do that. I'm going to come here, I'm going to hit dash point that, and I turned it green. What that does is nullifies all of that, even though I would have to use this information to build another wheels configuration XML for the stock wheels, because it's already got the sizes, the radius, and everything that I would need to make the stock wheels an option. I'm not going to build that XML today, as all I'm trying to do in this tutorial is to show you how to be able to get wheels from one mod and successfully put them into another. And I think I'm going to save this just to make sure that that's done. I'm going to close that out. And I hope it's done. That's that. So just to make sure that I'm loading it all from my file and it's not backloading out of this one, I'm going to take this and just move it over to my desktop. And now I'm going to load back up the game to make sure it's got all the right textures and everything else. Because if it didn't have all the right textures, it could still load it from the other mod. And it would look good until you zipped it up or you moved the location of the other mod, then it would be all messed up. So I'm gonna come here, and as you see, we have Kragers on the lizard. Now the next step, even though something looks off, but I don't think it is. I don't know, the left rear looks like it's not wide. Looks like I have the wide ones on the right. And I think I know why, but anyway. We'll step back right here for a second. Go into wheels. Open that up. Here. Open up the truck. Alright, the left front is all zeros, supposed to be. The left right is zeros and 1. Right front, zeros and 2. I don't know. That appears to be correct. I don't know. I haven't inspected these wheels enough to know if it's supposed to be like that or not. The next step I should be able to do real quick. I'm going to try to add in a little piece of code for my wheel colors and see if that works. We'll go storage, mods, modding, color guide. Here's my rim colors for most. Just gonna copy that, come to here, right up under my wheels. I'm gonna hit space, paste it in, save it. Quit. Alright, and as you see now we have the rim color, which is yellow, stock anyway. And you can see the inner wheel is indeed yellow. And I could go through a couple different setups to make it to where it grabs it all. But on this particular truck, I see they didn't have everything perfectly zeroed in on the stock wheels, because you can see that they're a little lower. Or maybe they need the offset too on the front, because they're inset just a little bit. The hub's bleeding through, but nonetheless you can see all that. we make them chrome. What we're going to do right now is we'll go to black chrome just because there's that's a little messed up. But I could change all the offset, and then basically in order to get it to fit right, you just come out here and go into the wheels XML. As you see, they've did an offset here, or you could figure out the coding. I have my own little code guide that I set up that's got some things, and as you see, where it can, the translation active is what I would use. I would do something like this here. I would come here for this configuration and paste in that. The node would be left front, and then I would come here, come to the left front, copy this, because this is going to be the inactive part, paste, copy this. Kind of glad that they didn't line up perfectly right off the rip, so I can add in how to fix it. And this part here, most of it's going to be the same, so I'm just going to copy that, put it into the actives part, and what I do is I come here and I go File, Import the wheels, the wheels that I'm trying to do. Alright, for now I'm just doing the left, so I'm going to grab this whole left section, and hit Control X, come to my left front and hit Control V, and it put it in there. But as you can see, it's bled through. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to slide it out just a little bit. Or actually, not there. Almost messed up. I'm supposed to put it in here, make sure it's still zeroed out. Click the left front and slide it out until you see the hub disappear, or until you get it where you like it. And now that the hub disappeared, I'm going to look at which one you're moving, which is the translate X. I'm going to copy that, and I'm going to put it here. Now, if this was my only set of wheels, I would just change the node over there, but obviously this would set up the possibility of doing numerous nodes or numerous sets of wheels. So now I'm going to come here, backspace, right front for this. Now I'm going to come here, the right front is the exact same but negative, so I'm just going to hit negative there and negative there, and then that should work. Okay, it's just a little weird, but anyway, and then that's right, and then I'm going to grab the wheel and delete it, grab the Krager file and delete it. Now that should be lined up. Delete or close those down, I don't need them. And then here's this. I don't think I can use this one more time in a second. So that's that. Now I'm going to save that XML, go back into the game, and now as you can see, I still should have slid it up just a little bit to make it actually center. Not worried about that at the moment, but now you can see the hub's no longer bleeding through because it changed where it's actually at. So now you can make it whatever color you want, match the truck, so on and so forth. That's that. But now, as we see, they're a little bit too small. So in order to fix that, there's a couple of different ways you can do it. You can go A and go into the wheels i3D folder and just blow them up and scale them up until you get them where you want them. And if that's what, while that would be one of the easiest ways to do it, that's not necessarily how I do it. I'm bad about coding it in and just letting everything do it itself, but I would put it here, click on this right here, and then because I would want it all, so I'm gonna go 1.225, 1.225, 1.225, and as you see now they're huge and they're super wide. I'm just gonna go back to 1 for that because I don't want them that wide. And it's probably better in most cases to do the scale before you do the actual placement. That still looks to be a little big, so I'm just gonna go, I'm gonna go 1.2. So according to that, 1.2, 1.15, something like that should be pretty close. Gonna go back here to my guide, and it says object change node, scale active, scale inactive. Come back in here, right up under here to where we're changing the, we've done changed the translation of where it's going to be for the front left and the front right. I'm just going to come right over here and add in scale active and scale inactive. It added a second one, and this is going to be 1.2, or actually no, that's just 1.2 and 1.2. I believe that's what I wanted, right? 1.2 and 1.2, correct. So now I'm going to come back here and I'm going to delete that again because I no longer need it. Save that. I'm going to grab this, copy that, paste it there, so that's that. I'm going to come back over here, copy all of this, paste that there, paste that there, left rear. And most of these, keep in mind, are not going to be this complicated, because usually you end up just taking something from another one that is already pretty close to what you want it for. So I'm just going to take this scale active, paste it there, but because I'm having to do some resizing and everything about it, yeah, it's a little bit more work, but if you really want it, it's worth it. So now I'm going to come here, and now as you can see, my wheels look a little like they're sized for this truck. It still looks like the left ones are the wide ones. So we'll make that black chrome, make that Iconik blue, come here, pull up this, there's no errors because all my textures are right. And that is one of the easiest ways to add wheels from mod, or take wheels from one mod and add it to another mod. Hopefully that helps, and hopefully that'll work. If I need to do others more, leave them in the comments, and hopefully when I get time I will get it made and get y'all on your way to being able to do them yourself versus asking others to do it for you. Thanks for watching, and till next time.